Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Alan Oliver here. This is a second attempt at doing my third video in the matter related to the defrauding of the court to steal William Oliver's estate. You know, we had that situation with Hurricane Beryl, and there's a lot of things that would require us to just be a little patient. And there are a lot of people right now who have had a lot of setbacks in life. A lot of people have lost their homes and so on. And I do think I thought there was other things that we could concentrate on for now, because the law is still there, even if we put off something for today. This case has been one, or this matter has been one that has been going on for more than 3 years now. And I just figured, you know, it wasn't the right time to, people minds on other things, other more immediate needs and so on, than to worry or be taken up by me telling you this story. However, being it a case of injustice, of fraud, defrauding of our court, it is an important story, regardless to what time and whatever other issues are going on at the time. So now that things to a certain level seems to have gone back to normal, there's still the level of crimes, murders, shootings, and so on. So I guess, while some people may never get back to normal, people traumatized by the hurricane and so on, the criminal elements within the nation seems never to have taken a break, regardless of weather conditions. Now, as you may recall from the other videos I did, this fraud was perpetrated, conceived, and executed by a certain amount of individuals, and it was condoned, supported by other individuals, and these are individuals within the legal fraternity and outside. Mainly being Mr. Sean Oliver of Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, Vincentian by both. His aunt, a convicted felon for fraud, Miss Jennifer Wood Gabriel, of the same address, Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. A Vincentian by both also, I think. Miss Sholan Zita Banwell, current president of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bar Association. And most prominent also would be Miss Andrea Young, the registrar of the High Court of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As a matter of fact, right now, we're still trying to get some information as to the whereabouts of Miss Andrea Young, the registrar, because when we tried to get documents signed and so on, we have been told that she is missing in action, as in being absent from office for quite an extended period. and nobody can seem to tell us why. It seemed like members of the legal fraternity are as confused as we are as to why she's not in office. I do assume the authorities know where she is and why she isn't there, being a judicial officer. And this, as I stated before, is an active crime. You know, this is an important story because it affects all of us. And I know a lot of people would be disappointed to hear this story. A lot of people will have a problem with me telling this story. And when I say a lot of people, I mean people within the legal fraternity and people in the general public. Because this story is about a lot of people's relatives, friends, colleagues, some of the heroes. And there are people who would have a greater problem with me telling the story than they would have with the individuals who have committed, supported, condoned this fraud. Okay? Now, for an update as to since our last video, which was a long time ago, I must let you know, for those who remember the situation with my call to Kingsley the Freighter's feedback program, in which Jomo Thomas sent a warning to sue Kingsley. I was then banned from calling the station, and it was said to me publicly that it doesn't make any sense that I called. They would not accept my calls. Well, since then, the ban has been lifted. I have received an open invitation from Kingsley to call his program, but there's one caveat in that I cannot mention anything about Zita Barnwell, Jomo Thomas Chambers, relating to this matter, I guess. So the other aspect of the for this update is that we still haven't heard anything as to if Zita Barnwell is still associated with the NDP. Nobody from the NDP, like I say, is only one supporter who did tell me that Zita Barnwell is not NDP, but nobody officially from the NDP has made any statement, and I haven't seen anything in the media. So we're still not sure with that. Also, update is that I have been getting comments on my Facebook page and so on from Mr. Sean Oliver and his mother, Adela Oliver. And they have been challenging me to take the matter to court. They have been challenging me to get a lawyer and take the matter to court. For the past 3 years, they have been giving me those challenges, and they would, as Adela Oliver stated, she would tie me up in court and sue me for everything I own. So, of late, they have been making these threats again. Although, of late, I haven't had any new threat as far as my untimely demise is concerned. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I have launched a YouTube channel with the help of some family members. They've helped me to launch a YouTube channel. And my videos are there. Well, there are 2 videos there already, right? And I have recently received a few comments from one local organization, as in an organization in St. Vincent. Seemed to be a fairly new organization. I have done some background checks on the organization from what I found in newspapers, and they seem to have an interest in this matter, as to they're asking for more information. And this is the National Liberation Movement. The last time I had heard of this organization before was somewhere back in April of 2023, when they were organizing a protest outside the House of Parliament, I think, was to protest the government's decision to appeal the ruling of Justice Esco Henry concerning the vaccine mandate. But however, now I've just seen a few comments from the organization, and they're asking for more information. So I hope when they see this video, I will not respond, but I hope when they see this video that they will know that I have seen their comments, and I will give them necessary information. A matter of fact, I'd say to that organization and to anybody who's interested in knowing the truth about this fraud, because this fraud affects all of us. It isn't just an Oliver family problem, because I'm sure that there are people who are listening to me right now who have experienced similar thing happening to them, right? Whether it's family members, whether it's attorneys, or some company or whatever, who try to or have successfully taken their estate or assets of their estate or their inheritance. So I hope that those who are listening would also make their own contribution by sending us comments. You know, you don't have to, I can't tell you what kind of comment to send, but I just like to guide you that, you know, you would have information even on this case that I'm talking about, the William Oliver estate case. You would have, a lot of you out there have information. And if you don't want to write it publicly on the comment section of my video, then you could just send me a direct message on my Facebook page or whatever. But I know there are people out there who have information concerning this fraud. For those who want to follow, when I start to tell the story, and you want to follow what I'm saying, you could go to the registry and you could request copies of the documents that I am going to be telling you about, okay? So that you don't have to take my word. You could actually go through the documents yourself. They're public record. Based on the law, anything that is filed with the court is public record. I know there's some limitations as to if it deals with children and some things are sensitive and so on. But generally, anything that is filed with the court is public record. And the reason for this is because we, the general public, are supposed to be able to see the documents and the evidence which the judges, registrars, magistrates use to come to their decisions. That is the only way we could audit the system to know that the system is just. Okay? It's not just like reading it in the newspaper. Oh, this was a decision made by the judge. We, the general public, have to have access to the documents so that we could conclude if the system that we're living under is just or not. Because many a times we just pass remarks without actually having evidence. So I'm saying this case that I'm telling you about is a two-part, like I said before. It's a paternity claim and a probate or letters of administration application. Okay? So the probate is probate 180 of 2021. Now, I can't guarantee you that you would get the whole file, because they denied us. They denied the beneficiaries of the estate copies of the file for more than a year. So I can't guarantee you that they would give you the file. The file, if you do get it, it has, I think it's about 20 documents in the file. And the paternity claim, which was discontinued, and we'll explain what that was all about. It was all about part of the whole fraud, right? And that would have been claim number is SVG HCV 2021/0005. Okay? So, if you want to assess whether what I'm saying, I'm not a lawyer. Like I said that before, I'm not a lawyer. So as an ordinary man, I look at the documents, and when I read the documents, I read them based on, does this make sense? If I look at this document and this document, something is wrong between the two of them, okay? So with that said, I must let you know that for the past 3 years, I've been playing the role of the proverbial persistent widow. Because while I'm advocating for the beneficiaries in the sense of the children of William Oliver, his estranged wife, a matter of fact, she has informed me that she has never been his estranged wife. She is his wife. You know, I refer to her as my aunt. I've always seen her as, you know, because it's my uncle's wife. But she says that she's never been his estranged wife. She is his wife. Amazingly, she does not consider herself to be his widow. And nobody has ever referred to her as his widow. So, since she isn't, if she's his wife, and she doesn't see any need for her to put up any protests at what the individuals like the Registrar of the High Court, Zita Barnwell, and others have done with this fraudulent last will and testament, then I guess my uncle doesn't have a widow. So I am left to play the role of the proverbial widow with the hope that some judge, even as in the case of the proverbial widow, an unjust judge will be fed up with us through our persistence and would decide to give us justice. So, let me don't prolong this anymore, and we would get into, I would start telling the story. Now, before I go on, I must let you know this. My granddaughter has instructed me that whenever I do these videos, and she's just a preteen, you know, I showed her my video, and she said, "Grandpa, you didn't like your video. And I say, am I supposed to like it? And she says, Grandpa, if you don't like your video, why do you think anybody else would like it? So she has instructed me that when I do these videos, I must encourage you, the audience, to please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to press the notification button. There are certain things that I am not fully aware of, and technology may be one of them. And these younger generation, they are into technology. So I take her advice. So I'm making that request of you. And the video, the YouTube channel is actually Think Free, Talk Free. So if you go to YouTube, and I will post the link on my Facebook page and hope that others would share it, because this is a matter of national security and it affects all of us. God bless.